Yesterday, we lost Cameron Dunkin, and he is disrespected in the worst way by guess who? Let's talk.
Push the weight enough flex. The live is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon. Motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Many of you may not know who this man is, so I'll do this as fast as possible. His name is Cameron Dunkin. He's been in the business of boxing since, I believe, the early 80s. He died on Tuesday, and he was 67 years old. And I'm just going to pull up this random article. I'll put the link in the description if you care to read it. It says, tributes pour in for Dunkin after longtime boxing manager dies at the age of 67. Tributes have poured in for the manager, Cameron Dunkin, who died on Tuesday at the age of 67. Dunkin worked with boxers from the 80s and quickly navigated numerous fighters to prominent positions, including most recently Jerron Boots Ennis, but also historically the late Diego Corrales. Y'all remember him? Rest in power to Diego Chico Corrales, the former two-weight world champion Timothy Bradley, and the current pound-for-pound boss Terrence Bud Crawford. His daughter, Antonina, confirmed Dunkin's passing on Facebook, saying, "Got to say goodbye to my dad today." She added, "Very thankful we got to spend these last few years closer to family and making good memories. Very thankful he was a hardworking man who brought us to America for a better life. He made everyone laugh. He was loved. Rest in peace, Dad." That was from his daughter. And I'm looking at pictures on Facebook. I'm gonna share the link so you can see for yourself. Boxing coach Robert Garcia led respect for Dunkin on X. That's the old Twitter. The site formerly known as Twitter just said that. "Rest in peace to my good friend and mentor, Cameron Dunkin," said Garcia. "The first person in boxing that believed in me as a trainer. Met Cameron in 2004 at the Olympics when I was starting as a trainer. He saw something in me and believed in my work. And even as an inexperienced coach, he trusted me and sent me to a lot of his young fighters. He sent Robert a lot of his fighters. We signed Victor Ortiz, Brandon Rios, Mikey Garcia, Leo Santa Cruz, and many other fighters together. The absolute best eye for talent in boxing." I need you to keep that line in mind because I'm going to play something for you. Just give me a second, though. "I would not be in the position I am today and would not have accomplished what I have accomplished without the help of Cameron," Garcia said. "My condolences go out to Cameron's family and close friends." Dunkin resided in Las Vegas with his family and was affiliated with Top Rank, with whom he had become a close matchmaker to Ron Katz. Keep that in mind. I'm going to play something for you in a minute. Rest in peace, Cameron Dunkin. I knew and did business with him for many years. Many years, Katz said on X. Top Rank hosted Top Rank host and commentator Christina Poncher said she was sad to hear of the passing of Dunkin. I'm going to leave that there. And I'll post this link in the description so you can see. 67. For those of you that don't know Cameron Dunkin, let me tell you, I knew the name and I knew he was a matchmaker, but what sticks out to me is one night he was on Barbershop Conversations with Fred Hawthorne, And Fred Hawthorne asked him a question. And I'll just play it for you. And I need you guys to pay attention because I'm going somewhere with this.
I searched high and low to get your contact information, and I was talking. I'll tell you off air who it is. I won't say it on camera, but feel free to ask me. So I called the Mayweather gym, and they said, Fred, if I give you this number, you have to ask him this question. And I says, okay, what's the question? And they said, ask Cameron Dunkin, do Top Rank have like columns of fighters? And they say, we don't want this guy fighting the black fighter. We don't want this fighter fighting the Mexican fighter, and so on and so forth.
You're going to get into the racial stuff, huh?
No,
I'm not. I'm asking. Talking to Cameron.
That's a theory there by the greatest matchmaker, probably, in my opinion, ever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to mention his name either, but you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
And he used to have a thing up on his board, NBF, no black fighters.
Uh-huh.
And when I was taught to bring up a fighter, you know, and again, it's just, he used to say to me, you can go anywhere in the country. And I'm going to leave it at this. I don't want to go into a long discussion because people are people in God's eyes, and we're all the same. He used to say to me, you can go anywhere into a city in America or anywhere in the world and ask a white guy, and he didn't say any other, he didn't say anything about Hispanic, anything. Ask a white guy to throw a jab, and half of them are going to turn backwards and throw it like a girl and everything. Ask any black man on a street corner in any city in the world, and they will snap out a jab in a heartbeat.
Wow.
And I used to laugh. He said they're just more physically gifted.
Yeah. That's what this man said. And Fred was told to ask him that question, and he answered honestly. There's also rumors about Top Rank having an NBF board in there. For those of you that don't know, it's called the No Black Fighter board, where they at Top Rank it's been alleged, because I can't confirm it, but it's been alleged that these matchmakers steer their fighters that they want to invest their time and money in around black fighters that could spoil the whole plan. So that's just one thing that Cameron said, and I respected his honesty. It shocked me. He was honest. I said, "Woof, what?" You know, I play this often on my live, but I said, "Man, you know, Cameron, that was interesting. That was very, very interesting." Now, why am I talking about this? First of all, rest in power, Cameron Dunkin. Didn't know him, but I respected his honesty when he said that night. I was listening to this live. I respected his honesty. I said, "Wow." But here's why I'm speaking on this, because today, again, I'm not on X, the former Twitter, but I get a screenshot from a buddy of mine, and this is what I get. Somebody took a screenshot of something that Leonard Ellaby said. So I said, what is this? Leonard Ellaby says, another example of what I've been saying. By far, he's the biggest piece of ish in all of boxing. And this other person here, Nyack Tyson, I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. She says, I've never seen so many disgusting people in my 42 years of living to be talking like this when you already have one foot in the grave is crazy. Rick and you other bums who have been doing the most in my comments have a rude awakening coming. And I say, well, what's going on? And then it's followed by this. This guy, again. Rick Glaser, breaking, longtime boxing manager. Cameron Dunkin has passed away this morning. Dunkin managed many top fighters over his 33 years of boxing. Now, he could have stopped there, but this man can't help himself. Dunkin was 67 and ill health for years. There is no RIP here. It's good riddance, Cameron Dunkin. The lies now have officially stopped, or have now officially stopped. 2014 views. I don't know how many shares, but listen, this man has no filter. This man knows no bounds. This man is disgusting. And this was yesterday morning. And again, I'm not on Twitter or X, so I don't know what's going on there. Like I said, I get these screenshots. And I'm just wondering, are people repulsed? Are people going to try and cancel Rick Glaser? Are people making videos about this? I'm asking you. Because it wasn't too long ago, say about 3 years ago, where I had a viral moment and people held some things over my head. And if you don't know, allow me to play this for you.
But this is a shit show. That people aren't mad for no reason. This guy has a record. He has a record. Now, I don't know if you're paying attention or not, but I was so mad. You know what I said about you? You might not know, but I'm going to tell you. I said, God damn it. This sellout, man, I hope he dies in a fucking car fire. I said that. That's how angry I got. Because this shit is unfair, Suge. This is unfair. Now, whether you're being honest with us or not, I'll take you at your word. You haven't gone back to revisit it. You said you haven't watched it. Go back and watch it and tell me if you feel that it's normal. Wrist shots, brother. I've never seen, listen, you got some punches that came out that Kronk gym. I've never seen Tommy Hearns knock a dent in somebody's head.
Context is everything. And I remember exactly what I said to Sugar Hill. And I played that because, a lot of people don't know that interview took place. And all people remember was, oh, you said you hope Sugar Hill died in a car fire. I said, no, that's not exactly what I said. What was the context in which I said it? When I thought he was in on it, that's what I said. But the man told me he wasn't in on it. He has no idea. I said, you know what? I'll take you at your word. But I do hope you understand the term in concert. Go to Barbershop Conversations and then put in my name, and then you'll see the whole video. But people took that video and chopped it up, and it was all over Twitter, and had me and Devin Alexander going at it, and me and him had a conversation on Fanon's channel. This is all 3 years ago, y'all. Complete misunderstanding. I know what I said, and I know the context in which I said it. I told them, if you didn't have anything to do with it, I'll take you at your word. And by the way, we was talking about Tyson Fury's floppy, deflated gloves and Wilder Fury 2. But that's neither here nor there. But I got a lot of hate for that, and that's cool. That's cool. I'm still here, baby. I got a lot of hate, but guess what? I got more love for calling that nonsense out. But never mind that. This guy, Rick Glaser, has just pissed on Cameron Dunkin's grave. I didn't know he had drama with this fella. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Good riddance. This is what you say. This is what this guy does. Okay, and let me remind you who Rick Glaser is. Let's scroll up here. Let's go here. I lost some followers today because of my support for Daniel Kinahan's presence in boxing, and I will continue to support all those that are assets to the betterment of the sport and business of professional boxing. And no, he used the wrong no. This tweet is not getting deleted. You can go ahead and go to his Twitter or X or whatever it's called today. That was 4 p.m., April 12th, 2022. See if it's still there. I'm just curious. He's talking about Daniel Kinahan, the man that we said had everything to do with Tyson Fury cheating and getting away with it. This guy flew Rick Glaser down to Dubai to discuss business. This Daniel Kinahan fella is a Irish cartel boss and a friend of Tyson Fury's, right? This man received $8 million in consulting fees from Bob Arum. And when we were asking questions about what is this guy, you know what this guy is and what's he doing in boxing, we were told to shut up, mind our business. Look what he calls them, a betterment and an asset to the sport, for the betterment of the sport and the business of professional boxing. This is what Rick Glaser says. Well, oh yeah, him and Mauricio Suleiman was down there. Mauricio Suleiman telling us, hey man, I'm not Interpol. I'm not the FBI. I'm not the police. I'm going to judge Daniel Kinahan based off of what he does for boxing. Literally a week or so later, America, the United States of America, put a $5 million bounty on this man's head. He's no longer allowed in America. As a matter of fact, there's a bounty on his head. Okay? They put a sanction on him. This guy was in charge of MTK Global. Do you remember that? Remember that company, MTK? When I was in Vegas for Wilder Fury 3, there was a bunch of MTK shirts out there. Well, they're now relics. You know why? That was his business, and it's now defunct with dozens of fighters. And many of those fighters were on a no-fly list. They couldn't fly to America. Yes. Some of those people are just now working it out. I think Josh Taylor was on that list. You understand? It was a crap show. Daniel Kinahan, and he's shouting him out, wishing him happy birthday. Go Google it. Rick Glaser wishes Daniel Kinahan a happy birthday. For those of you in America that don't know who Daniel Kinahan is, there's a name. Google it. And he's still at large, by the way. Rubbing elbows with Daniel Kinahan is the reason why Tyson Fury can't come to America anymore. Do y'all know about that? Well, I'm telling you, Google that. Google it. Go ahead. I'm not making this up. This is real. Okay? Let me take you to somewhere else. This is after Keyshawn Davis had another outstanding victory. He says, Keyshawn, you can and will be a great fighter. All the earmarks are there, but you need a new hairstylist. Your hair is a mess. That was May 1st of 2022, 10:33 p.m. And this after Keyshawn won. That's an undermined. That's an underhand compliment. Keyshawn won by knockout, I believe. Why are you talking about that king's hair? What are you doing? Right? And then there's this. Good riddance. See that thing that I played for you? He said that on Barbershop Conversations, and he was very honest. It's a lot longer, but I didn't want to play the whole thing. But he confirmed a bit of what we alleged, or what not alleged, but what we suspected. He confirmed that black fighters are different. He confirmed it. All right? And this satanic demon, all right? And let me tell you something else. Word on the street is, I think he beat ass cancer. Okay? I'm telling you something. You get what you put out 100%. Now, all the Dudley Do-Rights that had everything to say about me having a conversation with Sugar Hill. Okay? What are you going to do with this? I'm just wondering. All of you super coons and knuckle dragon monkeys, super apes, with your feet looking like hands, all of you buffoons, What are you going to do with this? I'm just wondering. Or was your anger just for people that look like you? This is tasteless. This is disgusting. And this seems to be what he does. I don't know if he's getting paid for this, for being this disgusting. I don't know if he's getting paid for this. But I got to tell you, man, I don't know what kind of people the Dunkins are. But I do hope that they see this. I'm not hoping for any kind of retaliation. I'm just saying I hope they see this, because I'm telling you, words carry weight. And maybe where myself, well, I'm not on Twitter. I'm saying, I'm just doing this video here on YouTube. Maybe other people on Twitter that can actually make a difference, because they don't listen to you Negroes. But maybe somebody else who can make a difference can shine a spotlight and give him the attention that he needs, but the attention that he's not ready for. This guy needs to be removed. Good riddance. This guy needs to be removed. Removed. The man's body's not even cold yet. It's not even in the ground. And this is what you say? All of the backhanded racist comments that you've given out? I remember this guy was body shaming Deontay Wilder. Yes, he was. Skinny legs, whatever the hell he said. But no disrespect to oh my God, I'm having a memory lapse right now. But the Polish brother out of Brooklyn, New York. I know who I'm talking about. Adam Kownacki. That's him. Adam Kownacki. He's a big guy. And when he was undefeated, before he ran into Robin Helenius the first time, I remember he fought Chris Arreola. I believe the fight was in Brooklyn, New York. All the Polish people came out to support Adam, as they should. And he fought in the big room. He wasn't in the theater. He fought in the big room. And I believe it was the main event. I think it was the big room. I forget, but they were building him, and he was fun to watch. He was high action. He was there. He was in front of you. He was there. And I remember after that fight, they said, look, he won the fight, but, I don't like that style. No head movement, and the right punch is going to get him out of there. And Rick Glaser compliments him. Say, well, Adam went in there and got it done. Gave him a compliment. There was nothing backhanded about it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you know what, man? Not for nothing. And I ain't got no beef for Adam Kownacki. In fact, I believe his second to last fight, one of those guys popped dirty on him, and I didn't appreciate that at all. I think it was an Italian guy he fought. Well, yeah, I think I did a video on it, but it's been about a year now. But whatever. I said, Adam has a dad body. He's chunky. He's bald. He looks like a chunky Nosferatu. Not one time has anybody body shamed him. Gets in the ring with Robert Helenius, and Robert stopped him. Then he rematched him on the undercard of Wilder Fury 3. And I believe, if I remember correctly, he got DQ'd, but he was on his way to getting, his eye was swelling up again. Robert was about to stop him again. And what he did do was he stopped the Adam Kownacki's train. Yes, he did. But my point is, this guy not once stopped to critique that style. Because it was kind of hard to watch. But he was winning. But every time you turn around, they criticize Deontay. But this is the kind of person he is. Now, I didn't know Cameron Dunkin as a person, but he's left a bigger impact since the 1980s until now. He's left a bigger impact on boxing than this fool in the picture has done. Looking like a mob boss ready to be taken out. friends with an Irish cartel leader. You have nothing positive to say. Nothing. And like I said, Cameron Duncan's body's not even cold yet. And you put that out, you put that tweet out, man. This is what you do. What, you mad that he told the truth? Well, I'm sorry. Well, let's be fair. His truth, are you mad at him? That's a rhetorical question. I don't care what this guy thinks. I'm asking the boxing community, y'all rock with Rick Glaser? Now what? This is what he did? And y'all allowing this? You know, everybody has a date. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'll just say this. When his date comes, there won't be no celebration for me. I'm just not going to speak on it. I'm using my platform to bring awareness to what kind of person this dude is. What I said to Sugar Hill, you gotta understand, when you're caught cheating in boxing, you know, there are levels. There are people that say, oh, look, I had this thing in my body I didn't know. My nutritionist gave me something I didn't know. It's skeptical. When you do things like play with your gloves and remove padding and that sort of thing, anything that you're doing that you notice that's outside the guidelines of the rules and regulations, this is boxing. You can die in there. I call it attempted murder. That's what I call it. That's exactly what I call it. Attempted murder. I don't play those games. So I said what I said to Sugar Hill. But he said, I don't know what you're talking about. So I said, you know what? I'll take you at your word. But time reveals all truth, and a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. It might not happen next week, next month, next year, but the truth will come out. And if it comes out that you've lied to the people, lied to me, you got to deal with it. But this guy right here, what I said to Sugar Hill, I said, man, I'll take you at your word. This is how I felt at the time, but you're telling me you had nothing to do with it, but I'll take you at your word. But I hope you understand the term in concert. That's context to what I said about the car fire. But what this fool just did, good riddance. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Are y'all going to high five this guy? Or y'all going to disown him? Or you could big him up and show me what you're made of. Either way, I pay attention to detail. And when this guy's date comes, if I'm around, I'll say nothing. I'm bringing awareness with this video. But if I'm around and I'm still doing content and he's gone, you would think that he was Thanos snapped and turned to dust, because I'm not going to acknowledge him. Be very interesting to see who shows up at this guy's funeral, right? I just saw a picture of Cameron Duncan's family. You know, I'm gonna put the link in the description. Very big family. You know, and this guy Rick Glass almost died from butt cancer, and he got a second lease on life. And this is what he's choosing to do with it. Man, I'm telling you, you buddying up with a gangster. This is what you do. And these knuckle draggers are running around and getting you on their show for what? Clicks and views for what? It's worth it to you? I'll not have it. I'll have none of it. Not for sale. This guy's a jerk. He's a son of a bitch. And he's going to get everything he deserves. Trust me, he will. Trust me. And when he's gone, I'll act like he's never even here. Thanos snap. I'm watching. I'm watching all of you not do anything, not say anything. But y'all rush to put this guy on your panels. Disgusting. Bronx on deck.
Move!